The Empty Cup, A Journey to True Wisdom. Once, in a land of misty mountains and ancient temples, there lived a young scholar named Run. He was known far and wide for his intelligence, his sharp wit, and his vast knowledge of scriptures and philosophy. He had studied under the greatest teachers of his time and could recite entire texts by memory, yet, despite his knowledge, Ren felt an emptiness inside. He had won many debates and earned the admiration of his peers, but something was missing. He had heard of a legendary Zen master who lived in a secluded monastery atop a mountain, a man known for his profound wisdom. Believing he had nothing left to learn but eager to test the master's knowledge, Ren set out on a journey to meet him. The journey to the master, the journey was long and arduous. Ren climbed steep trails, crossed rushing rivers, and walked through dense forests. Along the way, he met villagers and monks who spoke of the master with deep reverence. "He has no riches, no titles," an old man told him, "but his wisdom is like the endless sky." After many days, Ron arrived at the monastery. It was a simple place, with wooden buildings nestled among towering bamboo trees. Monks moved silently through the courtyard, their faces calm and serene. The air was filled with the scent of incense and the distant sound of a meditation bell. Finally, Rin was led to the master's chamber. The Zen master, an old man with a long white beard and kind eyes, sat quietly on a woven mat. A low table with a teapot and 2 cups stood between them, the overflowing cup. Ren bowed respectfully. "Master," he said, "I have traveled far to seek your wisdom. I have studied for many years, and I know much about the teachings of the Buddha. But I still feel something is missing." The master smiled gently and gestured for Rin to sit. Without speaking, he picked up the teapot and began pouring tea into Ren's cup. The golden liquid filled the cup to the brim. But the master did not stop. The tea began to overflow, spilling onto the table and dripping onto the floor. Rin watched in shock. "Master, the cup is full. No more tea will fit," he exclaimed. The master set the teapot down and looked into Ren's eyes. "Like this cup," he said softly, "you are full of your own knowledge, your own opinions. How can I teach you wisdom unless you first empty your cup?" Ren sat in stunned silence. He realized, in that moment, that he had been so consumed by his own learning, his own pride, that he had never truly been open to new wisdom. He had come not to learn, but to prove himself. A new beginning. For the first time in his life, Ren felt humbled. He bowed deeply to the master. "Please, master," he said sincerely, "teach me how to empty my cup." The master nodded and gestured toward the courtyard. "Go and sweep the leaves." Confused, but determined, Ren obeyed. Day after day, he performed simple tasks: sweeping, carrying water, chopping wood. At first, his mind rebelled. "Why am I doing such menial work?" But as time passed, he began to notice the rhythm of life around him, the way the wind rustled the bamboo, the way the water rippled in the stone basins, the way the monks moved with quiet purpose. Slowly, his mind began to quiet. He let go of the need to prove himself. He started to listen, not just to words, but to silence. He began to see wisdom not as something to possess, but as something to experience. Months passed, and Ren no longer thought of himself as a scholar seeking wisdom. He was simply a student of life, learning from the master, from nature, from each moment. One day, as he poured tea for the master, he realized his own hands were steady, his mind calm. He smiled. His cup was finally empty, ready to be filled with true understanding.